Welcome everyone to round 11, the fifth final round of the season. Today we're here at Monza, the Temple of Speed, for the last 5 races before all new rules come in. We don't know who's going to be fastest. Could Alpine still be dominating after the season? Or will someone like Red Bull or Mercedes come up? Will AlphaTauri continue being at the back? Will they go back to where they belong? All those questions will be getting found out, I guess, in 6 races time. Drivers wise though, Lando Norris leading the championship after 11 races. I did not think I'd be saying that. McLaren, they've just had no upgrades. They've just been staying, normal, I guess you could say. Same, I guess, could be said with Alpine and Co. Constructors wise, Alpine, they've got a massive lead. Absolutely dominant performance this year in the constructors. Must said not as dominant as last season, but still very dominant. Anyways, let's head into the weekend. My favourite for pole, I have to say, George Russell. Anyways, qualifying's begun now. Dry qualifying, going down to turn 1. Looks like Alex Lynn's fastest. Charles Leclerc, though, entering the chicane, is now fastest. Now the first and second Lesmo, we're halfway through the lap already. This is a very quick circuit. Now into their Scari chicane. Leclerc leads Russell to Pierre Gasly. As we reach the final corner, the Parabonica, it looks like it'll be Charles Leclerc starting from pole position, followed by George Russell. P3, Pierre Gasly. The P4 being Carlos Sainz. It was actually a really close qualifying session, one of the closest I think we've had. P5, Max Verstappen, P6, Alex Lynn, P7, Esteban Ocon, P8 and P9. The two McLarens of Albon and Norris, but this time Alexander Albon out-qualifies Lando Norris. What a good job on him. And Callum Ilott, P10. Sergio Perez, P11, Lewis Hamilton, P12, Kevin Magnussen, P13, Mick Schumacher, P14, Nico Hulkenberg, P15, Valtteri Bottas, P16, Yuki Tsunoda, P17, Daniel Ricciardo, P18, Lance Stroll, Nikita Mazepin, 19th and 20th. Let's see who's going to get the race win. Lights out and away we go here for the 11th time this season. Russell gets a good start, but Leclerc keeps the lead. Now down the inside of Curva Grande, George Russell takes the lead and he's on the harder tyres. Rain is predicted though, so maybe the softs were the way to go. However, he's not lost any positions. Instead, he gets P1. I feel like drivers will be pitting now. Yes, they will, and George Russell has not lost anything, even though he started on the hard compound tyre. They will pit for the wets, unsurprisingly. If I was on the track, would I go a lap longer? No, I wouldn't. Because the rain has arrived now. Running P2 and P3 for now, the two Alfa Romeos. Where's championship leader Lando Norris? He's currently running P6. I think Alex Albon just gave him a position because of team orders. Yeah, it seems very choreographed there. Anyways, battling for P2, 3 and 4. Sainz, Lynn and Verstappen. This by far has been Verstappen's weakest season, I guess you could say. Crazy to think that he won the drivers in Season 1. Looks like Verstappen, though, doing just what he did best in Season 1. And that was getting his elbows out, being aggressive, and now taking P2. Charles Leclerc, whilst everything's happened, P3, and Lando Norris, now he's P3. Lando Norris, P3. Carlos Sainz, P4. Ooh, it's going to be close. Sainz, P3. Verstappen, P2. George Russell, though, just building his lead. He knows how to lead. He knows how to make a lead bigger as well. Anyone pitting? No. Tires are still fairly fresh. Maybe one stop may be needed. Just one through. I think that's all. It'll work for them. One stopper. George Russell, though, he's got a really good lead, really healthy gap to P2. Max Verstappen, though, running P2. If he can get a podium, he'll be one of the favourites to win Drive of the Day. That's sublime drive. Oh, he's gone slightly wide. Lando Norris, though, he's managed to take full control. Verstappen went wide. Lando exploited that, and now he's running P2. Massive for the championship, that's it. Max Verstappen, though, is not going to give up easily. No, Max remains P3, Lando P2. George Russell beginning to lap drivers, he pits. He pits. Lando stays out, as does Max. That's odd, you know. That's really odd. Is it a safety pit stop or what? There's George Russell already making his way back through the field. I've never seen that before. The leader pits, but none of the other front runners pit also. Oh, the back markers. Lando has to lap them now. Otherwise, George Russell's going to get him. George Russell gets him. He made it 3 wide, but Lando keeps P1. This is why. He's fighting for the championship. And the fact that they've gone 2 laps without pitting. Really interesting. Verstappen, though, is pitted. Max is pitted. Carlos Sainz also. He's the last one to pit. I think that he may potentially lose a position after he pits. I think the undercut may be done. However, towards the end of the race, Lando will be on the optimum strategy, on the optimum tyre, on the optimum tyre life. He comes out P4. Not too bad, you know. I think McLaren saw that the race win was not there today, and that they'll probably be conceding P1 in the championship for the first time in a few races. But there's Leclerc. This is all happening. Leclerc's making some inroads. Lando is going to go down the inside. Is he going to make the dive? He's going to dive down. But no, gets forced out wide. Overcast weather will be coming soon, meaning that the rain will be ending. Whilst this is all happening though, George Russell, a 10-second lead. You're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, 10 seconds. Lapping drivers in P13 already. That's what you call dominance. Lando Norris is really fallen, honestly. That strategy just didn't work out. I mean, the track still has to lose its water, you know. The track is still very damp. So maybe towards, the last 2 laps, if the track is still wet, that's maybe when his race will come to him. But at the moment, it looks like he's falling closer to Alex Albon than gaining on Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. I still think a podium is possible for Lando. But P2, I think P2 is just a little bit too far away now. As I said, he's closer to Alex Albon than he is Max Verstappen. Although saying that, he's managed to get a really good run out of Parabolica. Is this the tyres going for everyone else? battling with Yuki Tsunoda, who's a lapped car, so that's not going to help his cause at all. He should get to him right now. Yes, he got him. He's gonna try it around the outside. No, that's a really risky move. Max tires though, they are finished. This is when Lando has to make the move, but Max Verstappen's defense. This could change the whole title, you know. Is this the race? Lando loses not only the championship lead, but his momentum in that title fight. Valtteri Bottas going onto the soft tires. Probably the right tires to be honest, but because it's the last lap, no one's going to take any risks. Verstappen's really had a really bad run out of Parabolica and back markers as well. Lando Norris hasn't managed to get the move done. Verstappen's defending for all his life that P4, and he keeps Lando Norris behind. What a titanic defense this is. But now he's got him. And has he got Carlos Sainz? I think he has got Carlos Sainz. Going down to Ascari. Lando Norris, has he got Carlos? No, Carlos Sainz is going to fight back. Lando goes wide. But Carlos Sainz keeps P3 whilst this is all happening. George Russell wins the race to Charles Leclerc. P3 though is still undecided. Who will it be? Carlos Sainz or Lando Norris? Carlos Sainz just about takes P3. Lando Norris was on a run on that last lap. P4, Lando, P5, Max Verstappen, P6, Alex Albon, P7, Sergio Perez, P8, Alex N, P9 and P10, Mercedes, with Gasly leading Ocon, P11, P12, Hülkenberg and Magnussen. This is a great result for Ferrari. With Callum Ilott, P13 and Lewis Hamilton, P14, Mick Schumacher, P15, Yuki Tsunoda, P16, Lance Stroll, P17, Daniel Ricciardo, P18, Max Verstappen, P19, and Nikita Mazepin, P20. Driver standings looking like this. Leclerc now leads George Russell by 2 points. Saying that though, Lando Norris is still in this title fight, 5 points away from Charles Leclerc, 3 points away from George Russell. Carlos Sainz, now I think that P4 is truly solidified. I don't think Pierre Gasly will be able to catch him. On the other hand, Sergio Perez is in a really close fight with Alexander Albon. What a, last few races Albon's been having. Esteban Ocon in P8, Alex Lynn P9, and Max Verstappen finishing off the top 10. Lewis Hamilton P11, what a dismal season he's had. Nico Hülkenberg P12, battling with Mick Schumacher. The Ferraris are now beginning to battle with Mick Schumacher. This is really promising. Callum Ilott P14, Kevin Magnussen P15, Yuki Tsunoda P16, Daniel Ricciardo P17, P18 Lance Stroll, P19 P20, Bottas and Mazepin. Constructors wise, it looks like this. Alpine, as I've said, all the other races for about the past 2 seasons now, dominant, absolute dominant. Nobody's able to catch up to them. McLaren, I think for once this year, their P2 is actually solidified. P3, Alfa Romeo, P4, Mercedes, P5, Williams, P6, Force India, P7, Ferrari, P8, Haas, P9, Red Bull, P10, AlphaTauri. Thank you for joining me here for the Italian Grand Prix. Next up is the French Grand Prix. We're going to Le Mans before we head to Australia, then Japan, then Brazil. This is the longest calendar we've ever had. And there can only be one winner. It's producing a brilliant season with 3 drivers in the fight for the championship. But as we know, only one driver can win it. Thank you for being with me. Can't wait to see you at the next one. Goodbye.